Hi there. My name is Samantha Jones. So, growing up, I never really knew what I wanted to be. I was raised in Grand Prairie and graduated from St. Joe's in 2009. While the science classes were interesting and challenging, I actually can't ever remember a time that anyone ever talked to me about what I wanted to do after high school. I had a lot of different ideas when I finished school. Honestly, at the end of grade 12, I still hadn't decided. I knew I had to go back for grade 13 to retake a couple of classes that I didn't do quite so well on, so I had a bit more time to work, make some money, and figure it out. Sometime during that year off, somebody mentioned to me, well, what about engineering? Honestly, I didn't even think I even heard of engineering as a career. Looking into it more revealed how actually crazy and amazing this field was. There are so many different types of engineering. If you like structural design or building things from the ground up, like roads or houses, then civil engineering might be your thing. Or if you like trying to figure out how equipment moves, rotates, or understanding the flow of fluids through pipes, then maybe mechanical or even chemical. Or maybe you want to improve the environment we live in and figure out new ways to sustain resources. Then consider environmental or even petroleum engineering. Personally, I took electrical engineering with a major in nanotechnology. Electrical, computer, and physics engineering all allow students to understand why the world works and think of new, challenging ways to improve existing systems or create innovative designs that could revolutionize computers or even medical surgical equipment like robots. Right now, I'm working in the oil and gas industry, helping to develop standards and ensuring that our electrical design at our gas plants are economical and safe. It's a challenging career, but it's so incredibly rewarding to wake up every day and do something that I love. The scariest thing about deciding what you want to do is making the jump. I know GP is far away from the cities with the schools needed to consider engineering, like Edmonton or Calgary or even Vancouver or Toronto, but it's actually not that bad. University is amazing. You're surrounded by people who like the same things as you and also want to grow and succeed. There's tons of clubs and events and extracurriculars if you're extroverted, and plenty of quiet reading nooks if you're not. Plus, the food and drinks on campus are a great bonus. Student loans are affordable because remember, you don't need to worry about paying them off until after you finish your degree and found a job. A few $100s a month towards a loan payment is nothing when you're making several thousand at a great job. The universities even offer co-op programs where they will help you find jobs in the summer, so you may not even have to worry about loans. Honestly, consider engineering as a career. It's probably the best decision I have ever made.
Hello everyone, my name is Abid Zahid. By profession, I am an electrical engineer. I am a volunteer member for APEGA Peace Region. I am also a volunteer firefighter for Town of Peace River. I have been working as an electrical reliability engineer for Mercer Peace River for 10 plus years. Now, let us discuss about engineering. Engineering is the application of science and math to solve problem. So, an engineer is someone who identifies problem and come up with a solution. There are many famous engineers. They are known with their achievement like Nikola Tesla, Thomas Edison, Leonardo da Vinci, Henry Ford. To become an engineer, there are some steps. After completing your high school, get a bachelor's degree in engineering. Start the licensing procedure. If possible, you can get master's degree in engineering. Gain practical experience in that field. A professional engineering license is required. Then you are a professional engineer. So when I was student, I did not know there were different branches of engineering. Now I know, like biomedical engineering, electrical engineering, chemical engineering, mechanical engineering, computer science engineering, aerospace engineering, civil engineering, petroleum engineering. For myself, I would mention my area of focus is power generation, turbine generator maintenance, planning and regulatory requirements are my work scope. It is really interesting to see that the turbine generator can meet up the power requirement of Town of Peace River. In your home, you see power, light bulb, all are coming from a generating plant like us. I would like to discuss more about power generation in future. For today, thank you everyone for your time.
Hi, my name is Audrey Kowa. I am a civil engineer here in Grand Prairie. I was exposed to engineering from a very young age. My father is a civil engineer. He was my inspiration, and I wanted to do what he was doing. And growing up, I was great in science, especially maths and physics. However, my dad encouraged me toward agronomy because I am a woman, and a black woman in particular. He was concerned about the struggle and stigma I will have to deal with if I choose a male-dominant field as civil engineer. So, I applied for a bachelor in agronomy, but before the end of the first term, I quit and applied for a bachelor in civil engineering. Being called stubborn is not a bad thing when you take responsibility for your action. When you don't know what to do, don't just think. Act while thinking. The answer will come. Being open to listen, ask questions, and be curious will help you find what you should do. If you know that you want to be an engineer, but you don't know which type, it's okay. There are so many types of engineering: civil, electrical, mechanical, chemical. Even I can list them all. Ask questions to engineer your meet. Get in touch with us, with APEGA. We will guide you as much as we can. To become an engineer or geoscientist, you must complete a degree and attend university for at least 4 years. But it's only a step. There are so many resources to help you before, during, and after your student life. You don't have to do it alone. One other thing I want to mention, it's most high school graduates wants to discover the world. Me included back then and even now. So keep this in mind. I was born in Cameroon, in Africa. Graduate at Laval University in Quebec City. And in 10 years since university graduation, I travel in more than 100 different places from coast to coast because of work. Being an engineer doesn't stop you from discovering the world. On the contrary, it's one of the few careers that can be practiced everywhere in Canada. I built sewer in Montreal, bridges in Edmonton, and now road in Grande Prairie. I am a proud civil engineer who works 7 days a week in the summer. Most people are not happy when they see a construction site, especially when they are in the rush. But I am the proudest when a friend tells me she drove on the road I built. When the bridge I built become part of the city legacy. Engineers and geoscientists influence everybody's life on a daily basis and most of the time behind the scene. We are the mother of the big machine called Earth. People can't see us because we are hidden, but the car can move without us. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Delaja. I'm a mechanical engineer. I have a bachelor's in mechanical engineering from Concordia University in Montreal and a master's in engineering management from the University of Alberta. I'm making this video today to share what I do and what inspired me to choose this path of engineering. When my family moved to Canada 20 years ago, we first lived in Montreal where everything was new to me. I had to learn and study in 2 different languages. At that time, it was the math and sciences were the only things that did not intimidate me or hurt my brain because mathematical and scientific concepts are the same everywhere, regardless of what language you learn them in. As I learned more scientific and mathematical concepts, I started to think about the real-world applications of what I was learning, which took me in the path of engineering, and eventually here I am in front of you as a mechanical engineer. When you say you're an engineer, people think you must be really smart to become one. But do you have to be super smart to become an engineer, or do you have to be born with skills that will help you become an engineer? The truth is no. If you have got a curious mind as to why things work the way they do around you, then you have already got an engineer's curiosity. Then all you need is some training at school to help you find the answers to your questions. For example, like I said before, I'm a mechanical engineer. What exactly do we do? Let's just say the chair you're sitting on, or the table that you're using right now, if you're using one, is designed by a mechanical engineer. A mechanical engineer designs the structures, chooses the material for the structure, then determines the safe load that could be used on that structure. For example, the table or the chair I mentioned before. This is what you learn at school. How to design these things and what scientific theories and equations are involved in this design process. As a mechanical engineer, you can work in the oil and gas industry, automotive industry, or aerospace industry. These are not the only industries you can work in. Almost every industry has engineers working in. Even banks hire engineers because they are attracted to engineers' analytical mind. In conclusion, engineering is an exciting profession, and the world needs more engineers to help improve human lives and make better use of our resources. I hope today's event inspires you to choose engineering as your future profession. Thank you.